some fireplaces. It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. Oh, sit down, oh, sit down, oh, sit down. Sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 down. Sympathy.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Now, it don't get much better than this, people, with these absolute legends here on the screen. We have got, of course, Tony Claude. Hasn't been on for a while. Tony, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, Jez. I was here recently, actually. I think 2 weeks ago or so. I was here on the show with you.
Enough. That's not recent.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But big up to everyone. I'm down here enjoying this, relation seeing Jez on the show, Oregon Gooner, my brother Matty down there, Ken. Nice to have a show with you again, my big brother, man. Nice to see you. And Kyle just walked in. Big ups to you. Let's have a great show, brothers.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming on. Dale.
Jezza.
My man. We've been worked together for quite a few years on Lee's show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you doing, my friend?
Good. Saturday, 10 a.m. Can't complain. Big up Sean Dice. Yeah, no, great to see everybody. Thanks for the invite today. Top panel, top chat. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, it's good. Matty, got your Nigerian shirt on, so we know where you're going with that one. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
Hey, going well, fellas. Going well, man. Yep, rolling with Nigeria this weekend. AFCON. My Niger brethren, they're pulling for them, and then always, man. When I saw the lineup, man, it almost brought a tear to my eye, man. The realest is real can get this panel right here. So I was elated. Always good to see Kenny. Kyle, it's so good to see you again, brother. Dal. Tony, always good to be with you, and Jez, it's always glad to be over here with you as well, my brother.
Absolutely. Ken, thanks. Come on, my friend. You're going to be at that game. Oh, he's gone. Oh, well, there you go. You're going to be at the game tomorrow afternoon. Big game.
Right, it's absolutely massive tomorrow. For both teams. Need the win for different reasons. Liverpool, because this will just cement what we feel now, that they're probably slight favourites for the title, and us. It decides what we're going to compete for, whether we're going to compete for the title or compete in the top four. Because Aston are smashing Sheffield United pieces, and it's only half an hour. They're 4-0 up. So 36 minutes, they're 4-0 up. Spurs found a way to drop points against. Everton, boo-hoo to them. So, I don't want to be part of a top four fight. I want to be part of a title fight. So I'm really worried.
Yeah, good point, mate. And we have, of course, the volcano that is Kyle Walsh in the building. It's been way too long, Kyle. Way too long.
It's been way too long, Jays. And thank you for having me on your show again tonight. It's always an honour, and it's great to share a panel of real men here. It's great when I read the lineup and I saw Ken's name and Matty and Dal and Tony, Claude. I was like, this is a great lineup. So I appreciate the chance to be on the show and express my opinions. And big up you guys. And I hope everything goes well for you for next week, Pat.
Cheers, man. Well, let's get into this then. We're going to start this lightheartedly. Mikel Arteta. He must feel an absolute clown for his statement with these two players, Ben White and Zinchenko. Because now apparently at Arsenal, it's all you have wife swapping. I mean, how can you get it so wrong? To say that you're sharing a house, and they're sharing wives. Tony Claude, man, Come on. I mean, it's a joke, isn't it? It's seriously.
Jazz, it's more than a joke. Jazz, I need to also say to you that Arsenal is fighting deeply within itself a whole host of barrage of media misgivings. I'll just take you through it. We have a goalkeeper who came out to the media, yeah, and said he can't concentrate in a game for 90 minutes. We have a striker who came out and said, you know what? Scoring goals is not my stronghold. All in the media, our media image, it's damaged. See, we do have, yeah, a player who would loaned out is going to come back to Arsenal next season, who is out there having some set stuff with his dog or whatever, you know. And now we have our manager right now who is saying that, you know, our players are wife swapping, swingers, basically. See, Jess, it's not looking good. It doesn't look good. It's bad, you know. And again, sometimes we do also forget that this manager is a rookie manager. You know, he doesn't know doesn't know how to actually conduct himself in public. Mostly when it comes to things that deal with, the public image of this great football club. You know, for him to say that was absolutely out of line. And even if the players were even doing that, is it in your place to actually say something like that in public? Our image is we're not doing quite well on the pitch. It's not looking good, Jezza. I'll just keep it short and sweet like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a doubt. I mean, it was obviously a mistake. He obviously got his words totally arse about it.
I don't know, Jez.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, you know, if I was Ben White, right, and Zinchenko, I'd be going absolute. I bet their wives are.
Yeah.
I bet their wives are going, what? Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Well, I mean, it just sums up like exactly like Tony just hit the nail on the head. It sums up from, you know, the keeper not having confidence, our striker not being able to put the ball in the back of the net, Arteta eating meat from a man's hand in Dubai, to wife swapping with the Ukrainian Bart Simpson and so forth, Jazz. I can't call it. But you know what I can call is our left side of the pitch is absolute dire shit right now and not in form at all. The whole left side of our pitch, of our squad, is absolute crap. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I'm going to say 2-1. I know I'm diverting from the topic a bit, but the thing is we've got to let this media shit go and concentrate on what's at hand, and that's tomorrow's game. Because the fact of the matter is he's going to invert Zinchenko. Havertz will probably get a start, and we're going to be right back to where we were, I think, at the beginning of the season, playing crap, slow football.
Yeah, good point. Look, we ought to, stay in this too long. Matty, it's a terrible thing to say. Total cock up by the manager. And, you know, I'm sorry, if you are a top flight, well, let me say it this way. If you want to make out it's like you're a top flight manager, you don't get things wrong like that, man. Seriously, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over in stitches just thinking about it. But, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where it's we're talking about it. It's just like Claude said. We're talking about everything. Everything. You just look at it's a circus. It's what I refer to it as. It's just the Barnum and Bailey FC. I'm just waiting on the snapshot of Arteta with his head in the lion's mouth. You know, to take it up a notch. To be frank, we're pretty much just talking about everything except trophies. I just wish that we were out talking about winning trophies the same way we're talking about everything else.
Yeah, fact. Kenny, I mean, I know in our WhatsApp group there was when it came out. I mean, the comments were quite funny. It's like, what am I? I mean, Lee said, "What am I reading?" I mean, it's a joke.
Did you say that?
No, I think with Mikel, he was just trying to. Again, it must be bastard humour. He was trying to be funny about it. It was a poor aimed joke, but you know that's him as it is. If I was him, I would just say I did see it, and it'd be dealt with internally. Didn't have to sort of add fuel to just nothing. Yeah, day. You know, I'm glad someone has got Zinchenko said, mate, come on, mate.
Mm.
You know, we're winning this game comfortably. You know, you're not doing your job properly. You know, you're not. You know, there's times when we're going to need you defensively, and you're letting us down. You know, you're letting teams come back into games. I've had enough of it. You know, Benjamin White would have thought about Salah's goal at Anfield, and look how the momentum's gone downhill for us since that game at Liverpool. So you know, it's about time someone had a go at Zinchenko. Arteta, you know, the best thing he could have done was just say, look, that's what I want. And what my players to show passion. That's it. But you know, only he would do that. And he's again, when we want calm for a big game, he just created unnecessary storylines. Silly bang.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle, I don't know if you actually saw the comment. When I saw that comment, I was like, what's he talking about? I agree. He obviously tried to make a funny thing out of it, but it just didn't go down very funny. I mean, you know, if you, mate, were a player at Arsenal Football Club and he said that about your girlfriend, you wouldn't be very happy, would you?
Nah.
No, James. Like I hear fans there making excuses about his English. Arteta's in England for the last 20 years. He knows English perfect. So I think he was cracking a joke instead of just saying like what Kenny Ken said that he didn't see it or whatever. But he cracked a joke, it backfired, and now the fan base are all talking about this. The paparazzi's on about it. So the biggest game, like let's make no mistake, tomorrow is one of the biggest games in the last number of years for Arsenal Football Club. And here we are, like a pack of clowns, like a circus, talking about this crap. And to be quite honest, Jace, to answer your question, because of the respect you have for your wife, for your girlfriend, your partner, whatever the case may be, if Arteta said that about my partner, he know all about it on a Monday morning. Close your mouth. You don't. There's a line you don't cross, and that's a line you don't cross. But then again, Jace, this is Arteta for you in a nutshell. And here we are discussing about this on the eve of one of the biggest games in a number of years for Arsenal. Right. It's a joke, but this club has been a joke for many years now, so there's nothing new there. Let's see what they're going to do about it tomorrow.
Well, good point. I just want to quickly, and we're going to get into this. Wolf Fan Division Top Man, thank you, mate, for the super chat. Big up Uncle Kenny, Kyle, Tony, Matty, the Oregon Gooner, of course, Jezza. Smash those likes. Thank you, mate, for that. I'm going to start with you on this one, Tony Claude, please. Good point from Wolf Fang. Talking about everything but trophies, mate. Doesn't talk about, you know, winning. Just talk about nonsense in every single bloody press conference. It just shows the ambition, doesn't it, really, of this club?
Well, Jez, I think it shows some of the fakeness that he has. He's trying to portray like he has this, you know, relationship with the players and so forth. I think he's trying to be, you know, hip and open and funny, and it just didn't come off right. You know, it's just, we know that some of the players absolutely disdain him. And for him to put on a front like, oh, these players all like me and blah, 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 because that's what I think it is. I think it's ego-driven.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, this guy just walks, this manager just walks around everything like he's gliding in the air. Oh, I can say anything I want. Oh, but I can't talk about trophies. I can't do this. You know, and I do blame the press people that they should press him. I'm sorry, that's a bit of a pun, but they should ask the important things. They don't do it, man. They accept the bullshit from the club. You know, we are in a competitive game. We're in the elite league in England. Why are we not asking this manager, why are you not winning?
Yeah, Jezza, in the grand scheme of things, I'm even beginning to question the journos, you know, who are in all these press conferences. Like, what are you guys thinking? Yeah, like the way I've seen this club go, and me and Matty were talking about this in the last show. Like, we're talking about every other thing apart from winning in this football club. we've just totally the whole focus right now is on the match tomorrow. But Jezza, don't forget, we didn't bring anyone through in the January transfer window. And I'm so shocked the way this has been swept under the carpet. No one is talking about this. It has completely disappeared from the YouTube space. No one is talking about this. Everyone is just focused on the match coming up. Everyone is just focused also on the swinging, the swingers comment. Everyone is focusing on Ben White and Zichenko having a scuffle in that game, in the last game. And it has just, see, you must be a master of deflection. And again, I really do think Mikel Arteta is a master of this. Is a master deflector. He knows how to deflect these things. He knows how to shoulder the blame for the owners, which are the Kroenkes. He's the perfect prop to have in this position. And that's what I'm saying. I'm making a case that this manager will never leave this football club, at least for the next 4 or 5 seasons. I see him staying here because the owners of this business, this is their perfect prop. I've just said, I said in the last show, Arsenal have churned out 550 million euros in profit just last season. He is the perfect prop for these guys. Commercials are going up 20%. Shirt sales are going up 195 million euros in shirt sales and commercial adverts. All these things are all going up 553. That's what he made. He's going nowhere. And it's he knows how to deflect things properly. So these guys will never ask the right questions. We know the Arsenal PR on the overdrive, we're getting nowhere. And, in the football field, it's the same thing. Just for example, we went through a spell in 7 games, just 1 win, and we rewarded the players and the manager with a trip to Dubai. See, it's connected. All this thing is a circle. It's connected. We reward, shortcomings with huge galore and rewards, for them. So no one is holding these people accountable. The journals are not holding these people accountable. Why would the manager feel any bit of responsibility or pressure, in his wake? There's no pressure whatsoever with this manager. He does what he likes. He says what he likes. It's just down on him to leave the football club anytime he likes. There's no pressure whatsoever on this guy. And I'm sorry, Kroenke isn't even giving him any pressure at all. He just made money for him. Why would he send the guy who has made money for him, at least posted huge profits for him, at least for the last 5 seasons? This guy has posted 550 million euros profits for them. Why would they send them all away?
Great point. I'm going to come to you, Kenny, on that. It's a very good point, man. Nobody presses this manager, Kenny, to actually answer decent questions. You know a lot of these journos. You know who they are. And it's a great point Tony just made there. All the time, this manager is making money for this club. I can't see any change. And that worries me, Kenny.
Well, that's always been away for us. Let's not forget that the minute we left, the minute we moved into, we talked about moving into the Emirates. It was all about monetization of our great club. What we hid behind the fact that we had a very great team. With Petit, Vieira, the Wenger years, successful Wenger years. So we thought that would take care of itself. But what Arsenal's always looked enviously at, across the northwest at Man United and saw, right, Man United have about 61,000 fans, 65,000. Look at the money they're making. Look at the fact that not just the money they make for money coming to the ground, like capital, game capital. What about all the merchandise Man United have been doing? Liverpool were doing it as well, but not Man United. In Asia, all over the world, Man United had fans because of the way they promoted the club through Sir Matt Busby, Best, Laura and Charlton. And then obviously Sir Alex took that on as well. So Arsenal are very envious of that. And that's what the Emirates is all about. When Arsenal say, we want to match Bayern Munich, Man United, all these big clubs, they actually mean it, but not in the way you want it. They want to do it off the field, and hence the fact that everything's monetization. We probably make more money now at the Emirates than we ever made at Highbury. Why? Because the Emirates is about monetization. Look at all the merchandise we're getting. Look at all the tours we go on. Look at all the sponsorships we get. That's the key. The same with Man United under under their owners. You know what I mean? The Glazers. You've got to remember one thing. People are doing football to make money now. Gone on the days where before the Premiership, where fans bought the club, local businessmen bought a club, and just thinking, right, I'm just gonna, go and win as my life, but I want to be a hero to the town. No, it's about monetization. So you're right, Mikel Arteta, as long as he's making money for the club, or the club is making money, because he's not going to do it. It's nothing to do with him that the club's making money. It's the merchandise. The fact that we've got this lovely TV deal from all over the world, and that we've got fans from all over the world. Hence the fact that Arsenal are about globalisation. So it's nothing to do with Mikel. The only way Mikel goes is if there's dissatisfaction from the crowd, just like there was with Arsene. People weren't shutting up. Were making themselves very well known. They're opposition to Arsene. Going on TV, or the TV cameras just couldn't ignore it. They couldn't ignore it. As much as they tried to shout us down, they knew something was wrong from the radio phonings, and then they turned up to the process. Even though they were trying to say the numbers weren't great, they knew there's an undercurrent feeling. Right now, there's nowhere near that for Mikel. So Tony's got a point. It's down to the fans to, sharpen the fangs, start gnashing their teeth and saying what they feel. But at the moment, he's got a high approval rating. There's two Americans here. So you talk about US politics, senator, elections, or the US elections that come into your country at the end of this year. High approval rating for Mikel. So we've got a problem now if he F's up, and we know he's going to F up because he does it all the time.
Yeah, I'll move this along. I've got quite a few things I want to talk about. Matty, I'm going to come to you, slightly something different. We've now rebranded London Colney. Got a different name on it. Arsene Wenger's creation. And we've now sold that for money. Advertising. You just can't make this crap up, can you?
There's two ways I can tackle this. Because I heard about it on our show I did with Tony. I wasn't quite sure, so I didn't speak on it. I didn't know what was going on. But since you just dropped the bomb on me, there's two ways I look at this. It really sucks. It really sucks that we sold our soul. But I guess if we was going to spend the money like we had some damn sense, it probably wouldn't bother me. But I know what's going to happen. It's just going, like Tony said, it's going in the coffers. This club is, and Goonie know what I'm talking about when I say this. In America, it's the commercialization. And when I say commercialization, I mean full-on commercialization. Every aspect of the football club is now going to be designed to make a profit. They're going to start selling the bathrooms after a while. Toilet seats sponsored by Kleenex. We're gonna have soap that's gonna be sponsored by somebody. Washing powder, I mean, just every aspect of the football club will be monetized, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But I'm gonna say it again, like I said at the beginning of the show. We focusing on everything except trophies, man. If you had trophies, you wouldn't have this problem where you got to sell stuff.
True.
Because people will be giving you money to do stuff because you're successful, And this is a problem that we can't get it through our heads. Can't get it through our heads. It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be for the worst of the club. I'm sorry.
It is.
I don't get it. Kyle, come to you there. It just says to me that we're just selling our soul. we did it when we left Highbury. We moved to the Emirates. I hated that, and we all had to take it. It's a shit bite when we had to take a bite. But the thing is, it seems to me it's getting worse and worse and worse. We've got a poor manager, and now we're selling the soul of London Colney. Arsene Wenger.
Sorry, go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Go on, mate. Fire away.
Yeah, no, Jay, I hear you there. I hear what you're saying. And to me, like, I'm living here in Ireland, and we have a saying that our country has become very Americanized. And I see our clubs have all become very Americanized. And it's all about the money these days. And our soul has been sold a long time ago. We're very lucky. I think this panel is very, very lucky because we grew up with Arsenal when it was Arsenal, when it was the Arsenal. So we were lucky. We got to see Highbury. You got to see Highbury more than me, obviously. When I went to Highbury, I saw the great players. So I'll always have the memories of that. And I'll carry them with me to the day I die. Because we will never see those days again. Never. No. This club is not the Arsenal that we know. It's finished. To me, it's a brand. It's not a club anymore. And we sold our soul when we sold Highbury. Look at the players that we sold for dirt money. The likes of Henry, Petit, Overmars. We sold them for nothing. These are great players. We were at the very top. And look where we are now. We're after destroying ourselves. The jersey, the crest, the way we changed the crest. Now the London Colony is gone. The whole thing is a shambles from top to bottom. And all they're interested in is money. And to have this fan base in their pockets. And the fan base are so stupid that they're going out and they're spending their hard-earned money on merchandise every single day of the week. Supporting this crowd of clowns that are going to be beaten tomorrow and are going to fail once again. Year in, year out, it's failure. But what do? We support them by giving them that. It's all wrong, Jess. The club is poison, my friend. It's poison. The crest behind you, my friend, is gone. It's over. It's finished. It's a very sad day. Very, very sad day.
It is, man. It's sad. I mean, I'm gonna come. I just want to. This comment. It's a great comment actually from. Sorry, I just do this from Danny. Danny, thank you, man. You're a legend. Always a legend. Thanks,
Danny. Thank you for that, Danny.
Always a top fella. Darren, I mean, this is a great point.
Okay.
Darren says Arteta is taking the piss out of everyone of us in the stadium tomorrow and all watching on the box. Absolutely. I'm going to start with you, Kenny, on this one. Right? I mean, Darren's pretty much summed it up. Right? I think the problem we are basically having with all respect to you, Kenny, and I admire the fact you go week in, week out, and you spend your hard-earned money getting a season ticket. But it is a joke, isn't it? What's happened to this club?
Well, look, the thing about it, it has. Let's face it, we go because we generally think, maybe this season we are going to get the success that we deserve, and you go there and hope, more than expectation. That has been the way since we moved to the Emirates. It wasn't like that at Highbury.
No.
When I went to watch Arsenal play at Highbury, I expected us to win. I knew that between 2001, 2005, I knew that I was going to see Ashley Cole Perez and Henry pirouetting down that left-hand side, scaring the living hell out of teams. I knew that would happen. And I loved it. And I knew we'll win. At the Emirates, I'm not so sure because simple reasons that our desire for monetisation of our great club coincided with Chelsea's, desire to put monetisation down the pecking order and actually try and get success. it coincided with Man United's renaissance under Rooney, Ronaldo, and Carrick, and Rio, and it coincided with Rafa, which was the worst of all time. That's where Arsene Wenger was allowed to take the foot off the ball. He should have been held to account, and do his bloody job, but he was allowed to get away with it because we're too busy worrying about this and how much money we're getting in, and that is what he's been in the Emirates. I'll tell you the most embarrassing thing, right? When I first went to the Emirates, it took 8 years for that to stop. If you go to the Emirates Stadium and you look obviously up at the gods on the side of the stands, you have the hoardings, and it had everything Arsenal won, and it stopped at 2005. It was and it was empty. I remember going to a TV show during the Euros 2012, and a Chelsea fan live on TV. He was a presenter. He said, "Don't you love going to the Emirates where you go to the ground and you see the advertising holdings, everything Arsenal won, and it stopped at 2005?" And apparently laughing their heads off.
Mm.
And I was so embarrassed. I had to put up with that until we beat Hull, and then we beat Villa, and then we beat obviously we beat Chelsea. Then obviously it looks a bit respectable. But that's my journey, Emirates. I haven't missed a game at the Emirates. I haven't missed a league game. Been every game that my ticket to see, except for one when I missed one. So that's my life now. I don't know why I do it. I just love doing it. But the fact is, I am frustrated. I'm really frustrated. But you know what really frustrates me more than anything else is that our fans seem to be accepting of it. They seem to accept that Man City are dominating football. They seem to accept that Chelsea's dominance in London and the fact they won a European Cup. And they always say, "Well, we can't compete with them." You can't be spoilt by success and self-entitled. I never heard that sort of things. I remember Alan Murray rapping me over the knuckles when I did a phone in '96 when I was slagging off David Platt. And he says, "You Arsenal fans are spoiled." But I never thought I'd hear that from majority of fans. But that's the world I live in now. Known for the world. The stadium that has become my home, and I spent a lot more time there than I have anywhere else. Is preceded our quiet, barren years. That's the Emirates Day for me. Something that basically signifies how low we've become. And that's not a nice thing to say because the success I want is the league. I want success in Europe. But some fans think the Emirates have been great because we've been getting a lot of top fours. That's what I've got to deal with. But I'll be there tomorrow hoping and praying that we win.
You've got my ultimate respect for doing it. I gave it up 2016. I had enough of the bullshit, to be honest. I just thought, what's the point? What is the bloody point? Matty, I'm going to come to you this one. Quite an important question. To me, tomorrow, it's a must-win game. Or, I want your opinion, is the season done if we lose?
All right, so if we win tomorrow, we're basically in the top three. If we lose tomorrow, we're fighting for top four. I really don't see, even if we win tomorrow, where we win for winning the championship. I just don't see it. I just, based off of what I've seen all season long, it's just we don't have what we need to get over the line. I don't trust this manager. He cannot coach himself out of a wet paper bag on a hot Sunday afternoon. I don't see the desire, the fight, the passion. I mean, indicative of what we talked about earlier, what's going on off the pitch is a reflection of what's going on the pitch. We got strikers, forwards who barely cracked 12 goals a year. This year, we're almost 30 games into the season. I mean, you got all kinds of problems. Jeff. Tomorrow, Liverpool. Did you see Liverpool this week? Did you see what they did to Chelsea?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah, and we're supposed to be getting ready to roll up. Did you see the young man, Bradley?
Yep.
The young man Bradley. Did you see the other young buck over at United? You saw those young players this week coming out party. Mano, yeah. What you gonna see tomorrow at Arsenal? Zinchenko? That he's gonna light it up tomorrow, huh? After last week, this is what I've been trying to tell people. We beat these decrepit teams that we should be beating. We destroy them. And it's man, we back. We're going places. And then tomorrow, the lash will come tomorrow. It's just like when you was a kid. Goonie know what I'm talking about. We have a thing here in our school system. We go to school, you get signed papers. You remember signed papers, Goonie? And you get the papers, and you have to take them home to show your parents your progress, and they sign it. You take it back to the teacher. Progress report. Yeah. You coming home with the F's, and you know what's going to be waiting on you when you get home. Well, that's what's going to happen tomorrow. We are coming to get that butt whooping tomorrow. When they get off that bus tomorrow and go onto that pitch, a butt whooping will happen tomorrow. But that's not going to change the tide, though. It's not. That's not going to change the tide. Let's just call it like it is. It's going to take another one because we got West Ham right behind that game. See, this is what we were talking about beginning of the season. Yeah, you remember how we kept saying this is unsustainable, it's unsustainable, it's unsustainable, it's unsustainable. It's good. Don't get. We got to take it one step at a time. We got to get. We got to get a striker. We got. All that talk is over now. The transfer window is closed. Nobody came in. Kenny was saying last year we leaking goals. We can't. All the problems that we've been saying are now about to rear themselves. Yep. And they're going to show. Kyle was saying the manager doesn't know what we're going to start seeing it now. Tomorrow is my phase one of what's getting ready to go down for the end of this season, because I've been telling people for the longest that we were pretenders. We will beat these weak teams 5-1, Sheffield United, your Crystal Palaces. I mean, you saw Crystal Palace today. Y'all saw that today. 3 goals in the first half. And all fans are running around like we just knocked down 98 Real Madrid. Get out of here, man. Tomorrow, the real Liverpool will be on display. They won't have the babies that they had in the Carabao Cup that we couldn't dispatch, by the way. They're going to have the men of men tomorrow, and it's going to be a whole different ball game. I'm predicting 3-1, but the longer I think about it, I'm starting to lean more towards 5. I think we're going to get slammed tomorrow.
Yeah, Dad, I'll ask the same question, man. It's a must-win game. If we don't win that tomorrow, to me, unless if Liverpool right now are playing for their manager.
For sure.
I mean, I watched the game when they were chanting his name. Fair play. Jurgen Klopp was emotional, and I can't blame him for that.
Right.
They're going to go all out for this, not just for against Arsenal. They're going to go all out to let him go at the end of the season with the Premier League. So,
Liverpool have been undefeated for almost 18 months. The only loss they have this season was that bullshit refereeing call against Tottenham. If it wasn't for that, they'd be undefeated. So that's like you said, let's put that into context. That they've been playing for Klopp since the day one Klopp stepped foot at Anfield. Even though Klopp didn't get the results the first 2 or 3 seasons that he wanted, well, maybe the 3rd season, but it was a learning curve for Klopp. But you know what? He got it right, and Arteta hasn't got this right. Klopp wasn't at 20th at one point, right? The moment Arteta was 20th, that's when you should cut him. The moment Jorginho falls and Spurs tie us up at home, that's when you let him go. The moment that we lose the FA Cup, you let him go. We've had opportunity after opportunity to let this manager go and find someone new. But this club is a stepping stone club for players, Jez. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a club that players look to get Prem League experience and exposure and then go off to bigger and better clubs. That's the very biggest issue I see, and the problem I have is that we're not a final destination for top players anymore. We're not a club that top players look at and say, I'm going to go to Arsenal, I'm going to make an impact, and I'm going to win trophies. I can't think of one player in the club right now, maybe besides Saka, possibly Odegaard, because I think Odegaard wants to win because he's been a hobo his whole career, been switched off from club to club like Zinchenko and Ben White's wives. But the thing is that we cannot be this club that is just looked at as a stepping stone for better opportunities. I still feel Martinelli's going to leave. The right team comes in for Saka. He's going to go. Saliba, Gabriel, I don't feel any of these players are that dedicated to this club anymore. And that, I think, gets down to the real bare bones issue. And the thing is I think we're going to win Sunday. I go in against my boy Matty. I just don't see us getting thrashed 5-0 at home. What I hope for is a win, and I hope for a Declan Rice, header in the 89th minute. I cannot put us down to lose in such dramatic fashion. But I understand where Matty's coming from, because there's a dark cloud over us right now, and it's going to take time for us to work out of that. Yeah, the Crystal Palace victory was great, but again, Palace is getting rubbed out again today. So there's no real proof that we're that better than all these other mid-table teams. And we're going to be fighting for third and fourth, I think, if we lose to Liverpool, Jez. That if we lose tomorrow, it's a battle for third, because Villa aren't slowing down. They've had a couple of games where they lost or drew. I'm not 100% sure, but here they are slamming Sheffield today 5-0, just like we did, and working themselves up the table. There's so many instances that can happen. I still think we're in a fight, but I think after tomorrow, if we lose, the title's gone. But we're still in a fight for third.
Hey, Jess, I want to jump in right quick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sincere, all sincerity. Did we have our starting lineup against them in the Carabao Cup?
Did we what, sorry, mate?
Did we have our starting lineup against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup?
I think Reece Nelson played.
I think we might have had maybe one or two off the bench.
Yeah.
And we're playing the full team tomorrow. That's just
the FA Cup. Not Carabao.
Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. FA Cup. Yeah, thank you, Tony. FA Cup. So yeah, we played the full. Yeah, so we played their children, and they beat us. And tomorrow we're playing the full. Okay, I just let that sink in.
Yeah, I know, Brian.
I'm not knocking at you. I know you trying to be optimistic, but I know what's coming.
I'm trying to look at like ways we've won games against opposition where we've been, pressed, and we've had luck winning, in the last minute, right? I mean, Declan Rice a couple times, but then when it hasn't worked out, we've lost to West Ham and Fulham, and I can't see this game going any different. If we win, it's going to be a 2-1 snatch and grab. Right? Yep. I just don't see. I'm sorry, bro. I just don't see them pounding us 5-0 at home.
What happened?
It could, but I just think that we will be more prepared for that. I think there's more in this match for us than maybe some people think, but that doesn't mean the tide is going to turn our way. You know what I mean?
If we win tomorrow, this has been my thing. If we win tomorrow, are we gonna win against West Ham? I think Jess said this a couple of weeks ago. He said something along this line. We need 3-6-9. We need 4 or 5 wins on the spin. And until we can get to a point this season where we can win 5, go on these streets, we need a run. Then all bets off, because all this season has shown us is that we'll win 2 games here, drop 3 there, win 1 here, drop 3 there, win 2, drop 3, draw here, draw. The consistency is all over the place this year. There's really not any consistency. So I think that's the bigger question is, let's say we do beat Liverpool tomorrow. Are we going to beat West Ham and whoever's behind them? And then are we going to be able to do that and take care of Porto all at one time? That's why I said big questions are going to be asked in the next couple of weeks.
I think that once we do, sorry to interrupt, Tony, real quick. But I also know that there's a tendency that when we do pull out these wins, let's say we pull out a 2-1, tomorrow, that I do think that gives us some momentum to battle West Ham and actually give them a game. What I don't want to see is that we just turn to a completely different style of play. I'm too worried that he's going to go into West Ham. Oh, I got the victory at Liverpool. West Ham is a free hit, so I'm going to play a bit more defensive and just, play it out because we don't know what Arteta is going to bring from game to game. But you're right. Without the consistency, the Liverpool win means nothing if we draw against West Ham or lose.
Okay.
Tony, I
want you to give me that breakdown because, to me, we've got to get something out of that game tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't, I think we'll just fade away. Give me your breakdown, mate.
Jets. I think we're not looking at this squarely. We're actually even drifting far off. Do we have the kind of resources that Liverpool have coming into the game tomorrow?
Nope.
They have Bradley coming from the bench to actually try to bench Alexander-Arnold. Guys, are you seeing this? They actually have big hitters who will be coming up from the bench. Who do we have? Let's first start from the resources that Liverpool have. They've done good business in the summer. Mind you guys, don't sweep under the carpet that these guys refurbished their entire midfield in the summer. Let's don't forget about this, guys. They brought in Gravenbach from Germany. Yeah, not even Premiership a worthy kind of signing per se. They brought in Szoboszlai, Dominic. They brought in McAllister, who has played his football in Brighton Football Club, but he's out there. Look at how he's playing, transformed completely. They brought in what they need, and right now, because they have a very, very good youth setup. In fact, they have professionals handling their youth setup. They could be able to bring in and call in Bradley, Colin Clerk, Jess. They could call in Curtis Jones, in which our club shamefully and shamelessly wanted to go bid for this in this January transfer window in the first week. Let that sink in. Jess, these guys can call on Kwanzaa to come in to put a shift in for them in their football club. They do have Darwin Núñez to create chances for them, not necessarily to score goals, but just to create chances for them. They do have Diego Jota, who enjoys and relishes to play in the Emirates. It's his home. They do have lots of players. Who do we have coming up from the bench to play for us? Fabio Vieira is in here. Kai Havertz might be the only one coming from the bench. Maybe a Trossard. Who do we have that will competitively come in and change this game for us? So in as much as we're talking about the third game, the West Ham game, how about this game? Do we have enough resources to actually go ahead face-to-face with Liverpool tomorrow? Sorry, it's not looking good. I could say Arsenal will go on that smash and grab just because we've only lost once in the Emirates this season. But apart from that, man, there are no other positives about this. No other positives.
We played Liverpool in the FA Cup, and it was 0-0,
man. Because I think I'm going to ask you that. I want you to answer the question I've asked everybody else. And I'm going to come straight back to you, start with you on another one as well. Go on, man.
Yeah, no, just saying that we played Liverpool in the FA Cup, Jace, and it was 0-0. 15, 20 minutes to go, and Claude saw that Martinelli came on for Arsenal, and he turned Trent inside out on 2 or 3 occasions. So he brought on young Bradley, fell home right back, and he moved Trent into midfield. 15, 20 minutes to go, and 2-0 to Liverpool. And what happened was Martinelli didn't get a touch of the ball. So Liverpool, for me, tomorrow will beat Arsenal. There's no doubt about it. And we can sit here and we can talk about third place and fighting for fourth and third spot. It's the same nonsense year in, year out. And as far as I'm concerned, everything is too easy at Arsenal Football Club. And I honestly believe once Arteta gets top 4, his job is safe. Where's the ambition? Tomorrow we're going to be in the Emirates Stadium. Great chance to try to push to win the league title. But we won't. We blow it like we do every year. I'm sitting here tonight and I'm telling you that we haven't a hope in winning that game tomorrow. The Liverpool midfield and the Liverpool forwards will rip Arsenal apart. We'll have Shevchenko on the field. We'll have the rip Shevchenko. He'll start playing him first. Gaps left behind him, and Liverpool will just destroy us. And then in the midfield, they'll outclass us in midfield as well. I'm telling every one of you here tonight that, and we'll all see, and Dale will tell you, I was on with Dale and TJ back in late November on TJ's show. And I say by January, we'd be out of everything. And I haven't changed my mind on that. I think everybody thinks that we're going to have a walk in the park against Porto. Porto are not a bad team.
No,
so let's get things organised here. We're talking about the West Ham game. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Liverpool go 8 points clear of Arsenal tomorrow. Forget the West Ham game. Forget about any other game. Because we're out of the title race. Season is finished. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, Arsenal season's finished. And Arteta should be sacked tomorrow night. But it won't happen.
Oh, we know that.
We'll all sit back and we'll
No,
all
we
come
know
up with
that.
excuses.
That's for sure.
And
He's not
Arsenal
going
get top
anywhere.
4
Preach,
and
Kyle.
everything is
Preach,
happy again in the house. It's a joke. The whole thing is a joke. I'm sitting here like Ireland telling you straight up we have no hope tomorrow. It's embarrassing.
I wonder if you've seen the new Adidas outfits they've got online. They're pretty nice.
See, everything except trophies. That's why I said everything except trophies.
Everything except for
Kenny Kane, just asking Kenny Kane, just quickly. Sorry. Just want to say something to Kenny Kane. There's a mate of mine, Kenny, going to the game tomorrow. You know how much he spent for the tickets, just for the match tickets?
How much?
£300 sterling.
Nah, it's bad.
But that's a bad thing. But that's indictment of the way things are now. You know, the fact is that, you know, the club are making it very difficult for fans to actually pass tickets on because, you know, they want to control the touts. But as we always say, there's one thing you can't beat. They say if you misbehave badly, you can't beat social media. Football clubs can't beat the touts. The touts are always one step ahead of everyone. And to be honest, if you can't get if you go to a major game, you can't get a ticket, and they say sold out. Who's your best friend? A tout.
Yeah, of course they are. And the thing, I'm going to change this. Actually, I want to change this about a little bit because that's a great point. But the last game we played against Nottingham Forest, it was not a great display. Let's put it like it was a ball fest. I mean, you know, Nottingham Forest in the first half just sat back, and we just couldn't break them down. I'm going to come to you, Kenny, on this one, man. Right? Zinchenko, to me, he just slows everything up. I mean, there's 5 times, Kenny, in that Forest game, right? He gets the ball, pops his foot on it, and he's just stood there. Why? What is that going to do?
It's what we paid for, isn't it? It's what we paid for. He's obeying his manager's instructions. You know, Zinchenko is all about controlling the midfield. You know, Paul Scholes had me in stitches when he said that if he played in his day, if he played and a fullback came to the midfield, he would be so insulted that he'll tell them where to go in colourful terms. But the thing is, the way Arsenal play is completely and utterly down to the manager. This is Arteta's team. We got a manager who's probably one of the best micromanagers in the game, and definitely the most annoying ones. You know, as much as you want to have a go at Zinchenko, trust me, his manager's loving all that. His manager loves slowing the game down. His manager loves the fact that we're playing short passes. He's playing short passes. He's getting in the midfield. His manager loves it when all the players don't play long passes. He doesn't like through balls from distances. You know, I know because I've seen him. I've seen that when they do it, he don't like it. You have to be where I am and have one eye on the pitch and one eye in. Trust me, man. He kicks every ball, Arteta, and he manages every aspect. Trust me. Yeah. Anytime a player goes out injured, he gets the players all around him and he's instructing them. Sometimes when it goes out of throwing, he gets the ball and he's boom, boom, boom. This is all down to Mikel and what Zinchenko requires him. Don't get me wrong. Zinchenko is happy with that as well because he loves the feel of the football. But in terms of, as you say, being more progressive, playing at that high tempo, you know, Arteta seems to think that's a swear word because he, as I said before, he's worried and he's shitting himself about a counter-attack. He's absolutely. If there was ever a manager that's scared of the counter-attack, it's him. But there again, most teams, you know, you can say the same for Jurgen Klopp. You can say the same for, Guardiola. But this guy got burnt last season. Burnt. So we're not seeing entertaining football because he thinks, "Oh, I let the players off the leash. Oh, they play great football. Oh, we got bashed. Now let's go. Let me go back to what we need to do." This is all about it. You know, the buzzwords this season: Arsenal are playing. Are going to win the league because they're now controlling games. They're controlling possession. They're controlling the tempo.
But we're not scoring goals, bro.
Yeah, I know, but Zinchenko slowing the game down in Nottingham Forest is exactly what Arsenal are about this season. You know, and this is how the manager wants it. He wants us to be in control of games. You know, it's not going to work because if you saw how Liverpool played on Wednesday, they pressed Chelsea out again. They strangled Chelsea, bullied them all over the field, and they're going to do the same again. You know, Klopp is not going to be stupid enough to play not to play badly. Though, you know, I must say my sympathies to Conor Bradley because I just heard that his dad died from a long illness. So it's at his discretion whether he'll play tomorrow. But if he plays, Conor Bradley's playing for Martinelli. Conor Bradley's job is to say, Martinelli, mate, we're going to push you in field because you're not getting past me because I've got just as much space for you like a thing. And then he'll probably like bring on Trent, you know, in the second half because let's face it, you're talking about Liverpool tomorrow. The way Liverpool playing, he doesn't necessarily have to play his best team because he can. Robertson's just come back from a big injury. Trent Alexander just come back from a knock that he got against us. He can just. He doesn't have to rush him back. But the thing that's scary about tomorrow, and that goes for Arsenal, Liverpool have to win every game as well to be sure winning the title. So this is just as much a big motivator for Liverpool as well. They can't afford to drop points. They can't afford to lose against us. We can't afford to lose. So both us and Liverpool have to win every game. So at the end of the day, don't think for 1 minute Liverpool are not going to be focused and be overconfident. No, they're going to be at it. It's not just the fact they've got to play for their manager. It's what's at stake. You know, they generally believe now there's a chance. They don't think they're ready to win the title because of the transition, as you know, as Tony mentioned. But whilst they're at it, they might as well have a go. That's the difference between them and us. Liverpool Football Club will talk up the transition, and we're probably a year away from it. But we'll have a go anyway. If we see a chance to win the league, we're going to go, and that's the thing. The momentum is with them, but you've got to remember one thing, right? Don't expect, you know, it to be a great game. You know, it's going to be very cagey as it was in the. And
I got a question for you, Kenny.
Okay. Kenny, you talked about the Chelsea game. Arsenal wouldn't do a Chelsea. Chelsea kept a very, very high line, putting Enzo, forward down there. It doesn't look good. Mostly when you don't have a back four that can actually run up quite quickly. Thiago is an older guy, but Shali isn't really good enough. They can actually come back or run back when there's a counter attack. So I don't think Arsenal is going to play that way per se. So they
probably won't.
More compact 11 than Chelsea is playing right now. So
yeah, but there's going to be a time
more to actually run us over.
Yeah, but there's going to be a time in the game where Arsenal are going to have to take a risk, and that's where they are going to be lead compactness, and they are going to have to play the high line in order to raise the tempo. It's the problem with Arsenal is again there's players who are sloppy. Saliba was sloppy against Nottingham Forest, and he's been sloppy for the last few games. But we're not saying anything because we think he's the best centre half of the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying now is that, you know, it's going to be a cagey game and it's going to be mistakes. But whatever happens, Liverpool got two ways of playing. Either they're going to take the game to Arsenal or they're going to wait. Either way, they're dangerous.
Well, why are we doing this? Why do you guys think we're doing this controlled football, but we didn't last season? That's what I don't understand. Why aren't we playing the Arsenal way, the free-flowing way?
Because we lost a title.
Last season was fantastic.
Yeah, we lost a title though because because we were conceding goals.
Yeah,
and conceding goals, and our luck was running out. We didn't have the same luck against we played Liverpool, West Ham that we had against Bournemouth and Aston Villa. That's the reason why he's done it. That cost us the title. People could talk all they like about missing players, but let's not forget when we were in those games when we beat Bournemouth 3-2 and beat Villa 4-2. Saliba was playing. He was part of the defence that was croaking. So he wasn't much of a big loss anyway.
Yeah, I just thinking like the comment just there that the 113 put. I think that bringing in Havertz has changed his perspective. I think it really has.
Good point.
The sword that he falls on because he wasted 65 million, and then now here we are, February 3rd, and there's no signings in. How can you talk about winning a title when you don't fucking sign anyone in the window? We saw this.
But again, do we trust this manager to spend any more money? Oregon Gunner, do you trust this manager to spend any more pounds of this football club?
But
that's the
money
problem. I don't trust him to spend any more money.
I don't either, Tony. And like
He's
you said,
going to waste
money's
it.
there. The money's there, like you said. The revenue from merchandise, blah, 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 blah. The 20% this, the 29% that. Tony, you laid the facts out. The thing is that I don't trust him either. And the thing is, it's starting to look like the board doesn't trust him. Because is him and Edu asking for Zubamendi this window? Was he actively asking the board to get players? I don't think so. I think he bought Havertz. He's going to fall on that damn sword, and he's going to play him as much as he wants to play him in any position he wants.
100%.
Regardless if we get a trophy.
Can I bring something new to the table with this? We talk about everybody else tomorrow. Let's talk about Odegaard tomorrow because he never shows up against big teams.
True.
Let's talk about Saka's running form. How bad he's been the last couple of weeks. Let's talk about is Martinelli gonna show up tomorrow? See, these are three problems that's in the team that we've been dealing with for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and this is all and this all circles back in a larger part to what you all are talking about up there. The winter and summer transfer window of last year, we're paying for it right now, and we're gonna pay for it another 2 windows. By the way,
His money.
we can't get rid of players in this. Nobody wants them. I told Tony today. From now on, I don't want to hear anybody refer to them as dead wood because you can refurbish wood. You can make a table out of it. You can get a chair. You can make a This is hogwash that we have in this team. Hogwash is no good. Absolutely no good. And tomorrow, these players have got to go. This is what I would like to see. Somebody pull their damn pants up and go out there and lace up their boots and be a man tomorrow. Is what I would like to see.
That's how we're going to win games. But the thing is, I think what it is, if you're spending about over 200 million pounds in one transfer window, I think the club are going to be loath to give him any money. I agree. You know what? I think what's happened is I think Arsenal Football Club are shitting their pants, and I think not the only club, but a lot of clubs are shitting their pants because of the fact that the Premiership are actually, for once, not messing about. They're not messing about. They didn't mess around with Everton. They gave them probably enough chances to sort themselves out. Said, right, 10 points, off you go. They're definitely going to do Everton again, and they're going to do Nottingham Forest. So what's that? The club are thinking, oh no, not me. And then you've got the Man City situation where the Premiership said, yeah, we're going to give you as much time to get yourself to give us some evidence, or we're going to have you. So I think what it is that for the first time in years, clubs are scared of FFP. They weren't before, but they are now.
Yeah, Kenny.
I think what the situation is this is down to the club, not doing Mikel. It's down to the club. Mikel's part of the transfer committee. But the fact is that I don't know if he's going to ask for players. But I can tell you one thing, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he was told in September, that's your lot, mate. Yeah. We're hearing something on the grapevine that something big is going to happen. That certain clubs are going to get done, and they probably said, right, your old club Everton's going to get done. And we're keeping our eyes on Newcastle, despite the fact they've got all these billions, got to spend it because they can't get rid of players. That's why you're hearing about players you know, like Joe Linton's, Guimaraes, all of them seem to be going now. You know, all of them seem to be going because that's the thing. People are shitting their pants about FFP, and you know, Arsenal Football Club. You know how they like to be seen as the club that likes to do something right. They're loving it.
Hey, could you imagine? And I agree with what you're saying because could you imagine if we did something? Because you know we would get hit harder than anybody else. Arsenal they love to just.
Murder us.
Could you all imagine if we got a 12-point deduction up under this manager? Could you just think about that in? Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. If we was to get popped and get a 10-point deduction with this manager, could you trust this man to get us out of the? This is why I told y'all before the window. I said, cut the spigot off. Don't give him 1 red cent. Just take what you got.
But again, we're all talking about FFP rules here, but we've totally forgotten that we have that hogwash that we could sell in the transfer window to make money.
Yeah, you just said no one wants them though. You said no one wants them though.
We're throwing all these things under the carpet. Cedric, the entertainer, is still in this football club. El Neni is still down here. Ramsdale, we don't need him. He's still down here. Jezza, I'm sorry, man. We have to talk about this. And Nketiah is still earning 100,000 per week. This is not. See, it's not sustainable. We need to unblock these players away from the football club and get in players that can play for us. Thomas Partey, they told us just a week ago that he's back. And now, 3 days to the game,
Thomas is fit. Thomas is fit. You know why Thomas ain't playing?
Sell them off.
They're held up by the federales.
Tony, Thomas is fit. He's fit.
Kenny, go on, mate. Go on.
Thomas is fit. Thomas Partey is fit. You know it, and everyone on the panel knows he's fit. We don't know why Thomas Partey is not being part of this. What the club are doing, they are dangling the carrots of Thomas Partey. He's been fit since he was injured the first time. And that's the thing. There's a PR situation with Thomas Partey, and the situation where because of social media, because had it not been for social media, we could have dealt with this and he wouldn't have come out. But because of social media, because of leaks, and because people now have got an opinion, and even Arsenal fans have got an opinion, because with Arsenal fans, they're so easy to get an opinion out of. There's no such thing as an omoter with Arsenal fans. They've got the biggest gobs ever. They leak everything. They wouldn't even know how to keep a secret. So they've basically made Thomas Partey's time at the football club untenable. Last season, you could just about get away with it, but this season, it's boom, 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 boom. If any Arsenal fan thinks Thomas Partey's injured, then they're on a different planet from planet Earth, because he's fit.
Do the right thing. Business 101. Sell him off. If he's not going to be used in this football club, then please sell him off. Why are we keeping him here if he's not going to be one of the highest earners at Arsenal Football Club?
Because
if he's not going to play for us, if he's going to be doing these gimmicks, then sell him off. Sell him off.
Just two things, Tony.
Because the manager, but the stumbling block to him being sold through the manager. The manager needs him, so he'll block it. He wants him around, but he can't play him. So we're in a sort of like Scooby-Doo situation where the manager knows he's the best player, but knows that probably someone within the club says no, he can't play. Come on, if any Arsenal fan thinks that isn't happening, I'm so shocked. That's exactly what's happening. The manager wants him, needs him, and is blocking any way for him to go. But the club are thinking, no, Mikel, you're not getting your way on this player now. We can't play him. Everyone knows that there's a situation, despite the fact that he hasn't been named. We know it's him. We can't afford it. Who for all we know, our football clubs are slaves to commercial giants, sponsors. Maybe the sponsors read social media and said, no, we can't do it, and we can't actually. We're a family company. We've got to look at the scenarios, because no one's buying the bullshit that he's injured. I'm not buying it.
No,
bullshit. He's fit.
He's not injured. He's fit, 100% fit. We all know why. There's a case there, and we all know why he's not playing. And Arteta is screwed with him. But there's another thing, and I'm going to be very careful what I say. I don't want anybody to go into great detail about this, If you know about it, you know about it. All I'm saying is, and I'm going to make it simple, our great manager that everyone talks about, his name is on a certain list that it shouldn't be on. And if it's the case that that's 100%, he should never be allowed to manage any football team for the rest of his career. That's all I'm saying. That's how shambolic this club is of ours. And all that will come out in good time. So there's one for you.
I think there's a point there. And I have to say, I'm loving this show. It's the easiest show I've ever done.
Just let everybody go.
I've just put a couple of questions in, and you guys are running the show for me. So I have to say thank you for that. I just want to go through some of the chat so quickly before we wrap it up. Alfie says, Jez, I love the show, all tweets, free speech. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I love, because at the end of the day, you know, when you get a great panel like this and a great chat tonight, I have to say the chat tonight is amazing. It makes it so easy. You know, I can just sit here and fire a couple of questions in, and then these absolute top level gentlemen actually just run it. And it's great for me because I can just sit here and listen. Alfie said, Jez, I enjoyed your hooliganism days videos. Yeah, I was never part of it, man. I'm just going to say, I just related some history. You know, I was never in it. But I just, before we wrap this up, guys, I'm going to come to you first, Matty. Would you start ESR tomorrow?
Yeah, I will play him. He needs to run a game. Obviously he is not left in the transfer window. I posed the question earlier. How, you know, if this manager is supposed to be, if he can get the best out of Kai Havertz, why can't he get the best out of Emma Smith Rowe? If he said he can get the best out of him, why can't he try to get the best out of this fella?
And this is Emma Smith Rowe's hail in, bro. Hail in.
Not only that, brother, he saved his career. He wouldn't be where he is right now if it was not for him. End of. He should be the same faith that he has in Kai Havertz. He should have had that same faith in Emma Smith Rowe. He should have had that faith in him. Play him tomorrow and see what he do. Can't be any worse than what we already got.
That's a great point, actually. It's a great point. Tony, would you start ESR tomorrow?
Jez, we've just talked about this. We don't have a bench. We have hogwash down there on the bench. It's hogwash.
You know,
So, you know, we don't have any more options out there. So I want ESR to start because I don't still believe in this Kai Havertz project, this experiment going on in our football club called Kai Havertz. I don't believe in it. And even if we're to even believe or have any belief in this guy, because I always believe in giving people a chance, then give him a chance from the bench. You know, let him start from the bench. Actually, the goals he scored this season has been to prove us wrong, like prove people wrong. Actually, he has scored from the bench more times than I can remember. So why don't we just put ESR? He needs a run of games to kind of like have that match fitness and all of that. I would have preferred maybe a Jorginho because I would have wanted this matchup to be a little bit controlled the way we play in the midfield. But that one too, he doesn't have match fitness. The manager hasn't played him. He hasn't started a competitive game in like about 10 games in a row. So we're screwed at the end of the day. So Jorginho is not there. Emmy Smith Rowe is just the best bet to have down there. Give him a run of games. At least he's going to come there, create pocket spaces, run into space himself, create a lot of chances at in the final third. And again, if Gabriel Jesus is up for the fight, he can have chances to get in on that act. Don't you also forget that we're also good in set pieces. If we're having more of those corner kicks directly from the intrusive nature of Emmy Smith Rowe, we're also a physical a set piece threat. We have Gabriel Magalhaes who could actually create threat from those positions also. ESR is our best bet. Let's bring Kai Havertz from the bench, Jezza.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, fair play. Well, yeah. It's interesting when you've got Jurgen Klopp bringing on youngsters. Well, we don't see Arteta doing that. We just binned 3 yesterday. One of them was going to be the greatest player outside of Messi. He's gone. This is the Arsenal fan base bigging it all up and talking bullshit. But there we go. Now,
it's funny.
Right, ESR.
I'm kind of the yes and no for that. I like what Tony had to say about Jorginho, even though I absolutely don't really rate Jorginho. But I can see a case where our midfield 3 could be Rice on the left, Jorginho at the CDM, and of course Odegaard on the right. And the only reason why I say that, Jez, is because I don't want Rice running all around in front of the back 4 doing everything. Right? If he's not focused on attacking and getting into advanced, attacking positions, I think we really need that 5th attacker, and Rice has to be that guy. I go along with what Danny says a bit. I don't know if ESR is 100% match fit. I think he's ready to play. I think his mind's ready to play. His legs are ready to play. His heart. But I don't think if he is 100% match fit, especially for a match of this caliber and intensity that we're going to come up against. But with that said, I absolutely don't trust Jorginho either, right? So it really is a double-edged sword. But I can see Jorginho doing Jorginho things, hopefully not falling down like he did at, with Spurs, but slowing the game down to where Rice can receive the ball maybe a bit deeper, which doesn't bring Odegaard as deep, right? Because that's the issue we've been having. Odegaard's been coming too deep. He gets the ball. We do nothing in front of the 18-yard box. But if Odegaard can get up the pitch, Rice can be that number 8. I think there's something there. Because Szoboszlai then would have to be chasing Rice up and down the pitch the whole game. And like I said before, instead of Rice trying to do everything for everybody. And I think Jorginho can fill that role in front of the back 4. I think there's some actual, some actual quality there. Speed, not so much. Decision-making, but still, it's an experienced player. I know we all don't really rate him. He was a surprise signing. But I think in games like this, maybe some of his seniority and experience will come through. I think we do need to have Rice on the left to fill that hole because the left side is absolutely pony right now. Martinelli is out of form. Zinchenko, do I need to say more? Havertz, come on, really? To me, he's a sub for Odegaard. I think that whole left side of struggles. It has problems. But I think Rice would help alleviate that. And again, I don't want to see him chasing ghosts in front of the back 4 in midfield the whole game like we have been seeing. So to me, I got to say Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
But the thing that scares me is that Rice progresses the ball a little bit more slower. Rice progresses the ball slower. So I have a problem with that. But the biggest thing here, Jez,
it's the runs I need, Tony.
But the biggest thing here, Jez, is I get that. But the biggest thing here, Jez, the one I'm more scared about, this is why I'll shut up my mouth, is Zinchenko. He's a very, very key guy in that matchup tomorrow. See, Jezza, if he dares to invert and doesn't come back to do his job and run back and defend for us, although he has already claimed he can defend, but if he doesn't come back to defend, Jezza, we might just be leaving a whole lot of space down that left-hand side. And trust me, Diego Jota, Diego Jota will be smiling and licking his lips to have a bite on that one. So that's where we have to be careful. Very, very important. We can't turn this game into a basketball game. We have to make sure it's very, very controlled. We have to be compact at the back, compact in the midfield, and controlled when we go forward. So Zinchenko, see, guys, if you have to pray for him, pray for him tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big game, and Zinchenko, it matters a whole lot that he has a good game for us tomorrow.
I'll be honest, mate, I'd rather we started Tomiyasu personally, but we can't. Kyle, mate, ESR, and I'm going to come to Kenny, and then what I'm going to do a round robin of your match predictions.
James, listen to the lads, the gentleman they're talking about players starting and all, we're in serious bother. I'm listening to names like Jorginho. I would actually beat Jorginho on the race, and I'm actually at my heaviest I've ever been. Jorginho is like a statue in midfield. What would these young Liverpool players do with the likes of Jorginho? You're talking about Odegaard. Odegaard was missing in all the big games. Tomorrow's a massive game. Where would Odegaard be?
Who are we going to
If he
play?
don't play again.
Who are we
Then
going
you're
to play?
talking about Shevchenko. You're talking about Havertz. You're talking about ESR. ESR played against Nottingham Forest the other night. He was absolutely brutal. This is the caliber. This is the standard of our team.
Facts.
So it doesn't matter who we play in midfield. We can sit here all night and talk about formations and players. You can talk about ESR. You can talk about Havertz. You can talk about Odegaard, Jorginho, El Neni. These stats ain't good enough.
Right.
And tomorrow it will be proved. So
Facts.
would I start ESR? I probably would start him over Havertz. I start any of us on the panel ahead of Havertz. But let's see what happens. I think Arteta will pick Havertz tomorrow. I think Havertz will play, Declan Rice will play, Odegaard will play, and probably Jorginho. But it doesn't matter, Jace. What I'm trying to say to you is that the players we have just simply not good enough. And tomorrow
Not
we'll
good
prove
enough.
it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear excuses. I'm sick listening to excuses.
Preach.
Same.
If we get back tomorrow, that's it. I don't want to hear excuses. I want heads rolling. And I want next summer to come.
Man, you know
And
that. Carl.
it's not going to happen. But next summer, ship out 40, 50, 60% of this squad because these lads ain't good enough. I'm telling you, Jace, there's so many players overrated, overhyped. It's not even funny. And we're missing the point. Another thing that none of us are talking about is what are we going to get from Saka tomorrow?
Bingo.
Is he
Preach.
going to perform or is he going to be like a statue out in the wing like he has been?
Kyle, 10 goals in 30 games.
Yeah.
Saka.
Well, there you go. Kenny, man, would you start ESR tomorrow?
Well, the thing about it is, if we were playing the attacking football that we were playing last season, you have to start Eason because he's actually perfect for that position that Granit Xhaka, allegedly made his own. If you put in ESR in those sort of positions where he's making late runs to the box, that's ESR. But so you would start him on that basis. If it's a must win game, yeah, definitely from a footballing perspective. But the way Arsenal play, he won't start. He'll come off the bench, but he won't start. It's highly likely that he's going to want to. If he's playing the way we're playing this season, there's only one player that can two players that he'll put in that position. One is Kai Havertz because he's trying to mould him into that kind of player, and Jorginho just to give us control. Try and keep possession because one of the things that that we can't afford to do is lose the second balls.
No.
If we lose second balls against this lot, it's over. It's over. So I do agree with Dale. Jorginho will play so we can control position and make us more compact. Unfortunately, we were that against Liverpool, and then all of a sudden Liverpool just tweaked it and up the tempo, and won the game. So even though we do control possession, if we don't score early and the game gets into like that sort of like nervous territory, then you'll put your money in Liverpool to do it. So that's one of the reasons where probably if you want to take a risk, play ESR. But you and I know that we're not going to risk anything. So sadly, I think Jorginho or Havertz will play instead of Emil.
I totally agree on that one, actually, because I've just quickly, I want to get your match predictions. Zeno put in this one: Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivois, Zinchenko, Rice, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, 4-2-3-1. I think if we played that lineup, mate, we're going to get absolutely piped. Personally, I respect to you for that, but Kivois, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, let's get on match reactions. Let's get Kyle. I'm going to come to you, Kenny, Matty, Dale, Tony. I'll give you mine right now. I'm going to actually go 1-1. Kyle, give me
3-1. 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay, fair enough. Kenny,
Best we can hope for is a draw, but it's going to be no good to us. But it's the best we can hope for.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Respect for you, Kenny, going to that game. You're going to be in the heat of it, and
Yeah.
I just wish you all the best. With hopefully we turn up and play for you.
You know what? The thing we've got in our favour is at least regardless of who the opposition is. The fact is we've last time we played Liverpool, we lost two on a trot, and we were there for plucking. This time we won 2 games, not against great opposition, but at least we don't go there with a mentality of a losing mentality. But it's one of those things where kind of put one foot wrong.
Yeah, fact. The only thing I'm going to say, fact, is since moving to the Emirates, we've lost 6 games at home to Liverpool, Cup and League, and 4 have been under our
Someone
pressure.
has got Premier League match going on right now. Please turn down the volume. Someone has got Premier League match going on. Please turn down the volume so they don't stop the channel, please.
And anyway, Matty, give me a match score prediction, mate.
3-1 to Liverpool. I'm telling y'all, I'm feeling like 5, but 3-1. I feel like it's gonna be pain tomorrow. I just feel like it's gonna be real. It's gonna be a rude awakening. It's gonna be a rude awakening. It's kind of I have this feeling. Remember when we played Liverpool that year and got blown away with Suarez and that team? I just feel like that's on the cards tomorrow because I don't think people take this thing serious. I just feel like people just kind of been lollygagging. And like I said, we played the babies. We played the babies in the FA Cup, and we couldn't even deal with the babies. And then tomorrow they're gonna have the full string squad. I don't know if Salah's gonna be there. Is Salah back? I don't know if he's back.
Nope.
Okay, he's not back, but they'll still have pretty much a full. They'll pretty much have a full string squad, and I just think that this manager, he does not know how to manage under pressure. We know what's going to happen. It's going to be the same. Whoever he puts out is going to be there to about the 82nd minute, and then he'll make his substitutions. He'll bring on Nketiah, and we all know how it's going to go. And then by that time, Klopp's already made 5 substitutions, and we're just reeling. So we're going to see. We'll see tomorrow, but I'm not expecting much out of the game tomorrow.
What time have you got to get up to watch it tomorrow, Matt?
I've got to get tomorrow. Was 11:30? I'll be up. Yes, 11:30 out my time, Eastern time. And Dale is the one that's got to get up super early tomorrow to watch it.
8:30.
Yeah, Dale's got to get up super early tomorrow.
Dale, give me a match prediction, man. And it depends on what you tells me. It will tell me whether I will tell you whether to get up or not.
I will be up at 8:25 for an 8:30 kickoff, Jazz. And we're going to win 2-1. Declan Rice, 92nd minute. Come on. Come on, guys. Pick your heads up. We're at home. Fuck Liverpool. Let's get it.
I love it. Okay. Get up even an hour before that.
I will be up an hour before.
Yeah, an hour before that, yeah.
And I'll be good, bro.
Get up, make yourself some bacon sandwiches. Right? Sit there, nice cup of coffee, chill, and enjoy it, man.
I will. 2-1,
Tony,
baby.
mate, give me a match score prediction, please.
See, Jazz, in no way is this a show of confidence in any way. Yeah, Nottingham Forest is not that game to lift me up. Crystal Palace isn't that game to confidently lead me to say that Arsenal would win against Liverpool. Miraculously, we're going to win tomorrow. I just think it's going to be a miracle. Yeah. So I think 2-1, smash and grab. That's how I see it. A miracle, pure luck tomorrow. Smash and grab 2-1.
Okay, fair play. Yeah. There's been a lot of. I'll give you the results. I did do a poll. Okay, and the facts are people 62%. Liverpool win, 30% Arsenal, 8% have gone for a draw. So it's all looking favorable for Liverpool. It's interesting, a bit split, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to wrap this down. And I have to say the chat tonight has been brilliant. A lot of new people in there tonight who I haven't seen before. So if you are new, please go and hit a sub and smash the likes. It's great to see new people in here. And thank you, Tony Claude, for sharing it, man. It's always great to do that. Thank you very much. Tony, man, where can we find you? Please shout out your channel and wherever you are.
Yeah, Jetta, thank you for giving me the chance again to come to your show and discuss football with you. Great guy you are. I also wish you well in your upcoming procedure coming. Jetta will be praying for you here. Everyone here will be praying for you because we really love your person, man. And I want to thank the panel too, Oregon Guna, my brother also, my Adam. Uncle Kenny, you're everyone's uncle. Come on, man. Everyone calls you uncle. I call you uncle, man. And I'm an old guy. I'm not really as young as I look. Kyle, big up to you, man. It's nice to always see you hear that distinctive accent. And, you're just putting it into words, man. It's just simply amazing. Guys, this is a rallying cry. Subscribe to everyone's channel in this, in this spot right here, right now, because this is very important. Jess can't do it alone. He's tried. He can't do it alone. You have to allow every other person help out. In this case, if anyone goes out there and put anything out about this manager and how our club is being run, we're being overrun. Yeah, and that's because they have dedicated people and Ateta-centric people who are down there who would support them. So it's very, very, very important that we need your support. Come help us out. Yeah, because we're not getting that same support that these other guys are giving Ateta and the football club when they're not doing the right things. So, come support me at Tony Claude Gunner TV. Come help out. Everyone is heard on my channel. And please subscribe and follow every other person that's down here. Big ups to you guys, yeah. One love. You guys are the true heroes, as I was saying.
Nice one, Tony, man. Nice one. Great. That's great. Dow, my bro, worked with you for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Shout out where we can find you, what you're doing. Shout out the American Idiots with TJ and etc. And cool, man. Give us a
Yeah, thanks again, Jez. What a panel today. What an honor to be on with every single one of you today. And the chat today, thank you guys very much. Everybody was active today. Absolutely great show. You can find me at Oregon Goon on YouTube and Instagram at infamous_Dow. And what more to say? What a show today. Thanks a lot, Jess, for having me on. And again, blessings coming up for Monday's operation. Oh, and you can also find me on Friday with American Idiot TJ every Monday with Tony Claude on the Premier League show. So check us out there too. We talk a lot of fun stuff and we dive deep into the analytics of each match. So thank you, Tony, for having a great show with me on it as well. And to big up everyone in the chat. Let's get it. Tomorrow's a big day. Biggest game of the season.
Yeah, 6-pointer for me.
Yeah.
Matty, as always, Southern Gooner, top fella. The quality of stuff you do with Lee when you do your watch-alongs is legend. Please shout out your channel for me now.
You can follow me here on YouTube, Southern Gooner. Jez, I want to say thank you, brother. This was absolutely a feast. I enjoyed listening more than I did talking. That's just the dialogue today was top shelf.
So easy tonight.
Top shelf, man.
You guys just did it. I just sat here and threw a couple of questions and you boys ran it and I could just sit here and listen.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. It's absolute blast, man. Want to wish you a speedy recovery. Get you some rest. Don't rush back. Arsenal put you right back in the hospital. Don't rush back, buddy. Don't do that.
Hey, mate, if we lose tomorrow, I might not.
That's what I told Lee. I told Lee. I said, I hope we win so that way we don't get Jazz messed up before you get there Monday morning. Because if not, well, we're gonna be in trouble. So hopefully we do win tomorrow so we don't get Jazz upset. But
5-0, man. 5-0.
Yeah, well, listen. If they start pounding me like that, boy, I'm gonna have to just call Jazz and check on it real quick. Jazz, cut it off.
Is it 911, Jazz? What's the number to call?
Yeah. But yep, you can follow me here on YouTube, and tomorrow I'll be on with Lee and Ola on the watch along, so you can come over there as well. And then later on this week, I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of days off this week, so I'm gonna try to get a couple of days in with Tony because most times I'm working, so we'll probably put something together this week. So
sweet,
absolutely, man.
Yeah. Kyle, good to see you too, brother. Love you, man.
Kenny Ken, absolute the best of the best.
Thank you for having me on. I really enjoyed this as well. You know, it's been a good chat. And it's, we got a lot of things said, and there was a lot of ideas about how we approached the match. And obviously, I had to get the Thomas Partey situation off my chest because it's one of things where it's harming the club and it's harming our morale either way. But in terms of the game, obviously, I'm going to look forward to the game against Liverpool. We've had some great battles over the year. You can find me at Kenny Kane 1972. And Jez, as we said before, I hope you're allowed to watch the game tomorrow. I'm sure your wife and daughters will be worried sick about the effect you're having you. But at the end of the day, wishing you all the best in the operation. Hope for the results you're successful. And, like I said, put your feet up for a while. You ain't got much to worry about, and then who knows, by West Ham, you'll be fit and raring to go.
I will. And I'm just going to give you this, Kenny, as a good luck charm, right? Remember that?
Oh my God, yes. How can you forget, eh? How can you forget?
That's your good luck charm for tomorrow, mate.
I need it because they're a good team. They're a good team, a good manager. But we've got a situation where we're in a title race and we've got to show why we're in it. Man up. That's all I've got to say to that players. Man up.
Big up to you, mate. I'll be seeing you chatting with you very shortly, guys. Kyle, thank you, mate, for coming on. It's been a while. Mate, and I've thoroughly enjoyed having you back on now. And we need to see more of you, my friend. And
absolutely, James. First of all, I'd just like to say a big up to you for having me on your show. It was great. Really enjoyed the conversation. And just because you don't see my face around the place, I do listen to all your content, and I love all your content, all of you, every one of you. And I'd just like to say a big thank you to you all. I love being part of this community. The reason why I've been out of action for a while now is because I got new property, and yourself trying to move in and trying to get the daughter's room done and all this, just a complete mess. And then with the work that I do as well, it's been pretty busy as well. So, but I came off my social media, my Facebook and stuff, because I started getting into a lot of arguments about the Arsenal, about my views on Arsenal. And I got pretty heated where I live here. And so I just came off Facebook. I stayed on Instagram. I'm still on Instagram. But I kind of thought to myself then, will I just get away from the whole thing because it was getting a bit serious? And then I said to myself, no, I won't, because I love this club. I'm 39 years supporting it. I love it. It's part of my life on a daily basis. And I'm going to keep shouting, keep my voice heard to get my club back to the way it used to be. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I'm delighted that we have a community here that we're all singing from the same hymn sheets. And we keep it going. And I am after tonight, Jays, I am making a comeback, and you're going to see me a lot more. And I love having a conversation with you all, lads, because these are all real legends. And listen, we're all part of one family, and I love it. So a big up to you all, Jays. You'll be in all our thoughts and our prayers. I know you'll be back bigger than ever. Take it easy, take your time, and enjoy your time away. And when you come back, we'll be back to the same walk crap talking about Arteta and the boys. So, big up to you. And Kenny, have a good one tomorrow. It's always great to share the screen with you. Same with the Southern Gunner. Matty, you're a real one. Legend. Dal, you're a legend. And I'll see you on TJ show some nights. And Tony, big one. We have to do a show ourselves, Tony.
Yes.
We will. Absolutely. No doubt about that. I just want to say it's been a great guest tonight. It's been absolutely legendary. Chat's been amazing tonight. As I say, thanks for all the love, people. I will be going nowhere. I will be back. Looking forward to actually having a little week out. But thanks for all the love. It's been brilliant. And we're going to do the outro. We're going to get out here right now. And come on, you Gunners, tomorrow. Because don't let me down. Don't let me down. But I'm still Arteta. Get out, you prick.
Outstanding, man. That was absolutely a blast.
Hey, Jace, like I said, you're gonna have